Yeah,
Good, and you?
good, thanks. Hey, seemed like you had one of your more productive games of your career the other day at K-State. Just wondered maybe what was working well for you this past week, and how'd you get kind of that opportunity to play a little bit more and make some plays?
Basically, it was just the personnel we was in and the coaching and the position that my coach put me in.
What kind of progress do you feel like you've made this year? I know you played a little bit last year, but obviously ended up being a redshirt season for you.
I feel like I made a lot of good progress. I feel like my red shirt season was a good option for me, for I could come back and give it my all the next year and play more.
Was that kind of the plan all along heading into last year, or did that kind of come up as the year went on?
It was kind of the plan.
Hmm. And I don't know, how do you feel like that's paid off so far?
I feel like it paid off good. I feel like I got a good little off season.
What I don't know. It seems like the defense the past couple of weeks has played really well in the first halves of games, and then the games have kind of gotten out of hand in the second halves. Have you noticed anything that's maybe led to that?
Not really. We just gotta keep pushing, keep fighting, and trust our coaching.
Do you think fatigue has been a factor at all in second halves of games?
Fatigue has been a factor because we be on the field a lot, but we'll get through it as a team.
Hey, Steven, just wanted to ask about your matchup upcoming this week. Iowa State has some, key players like Brock Purdy. How do you feel like you guys match up going into this week?
I feel like we match up good. Like we had a chance, we just gotta hit it rolling and keep rolling.
When you're facing a quarterback like that, how important is it to not only be able to get pressure, but be able to get pressure without blitzing?
It's very important that we keep him in the pocket the whole time and just close the pocket.
When
Hey,
you're
Stephen, in
coming
high
off,
school, were you more of a traditional stand-up, off-the-edge 4-3 guy?
Well, I was just my hand down in high school.
So how is it different in this 3-4 where you're kind of creeping up more on the edge like an outside linebacker?
It's kind of different because like I got different jobs and like different opportunities to do different things.
hey, when you're coming off the edge right now, what do you feel like are maybe your strengths as a pass rusher?
Is my strengths is like speed to power or a long arm.
Hey, Steven, there's a couple of veteran linebackers in your group and other veterans on this defense. Have they talked to you about maybe returning for next year?
Uh, Not really. We haven't had those conversations yet.
Hey, Karan Prunty has kind of emerged this year as a really important player for this defense. What kind of impresses you about what he's doing, especially being a true freshman playing cornerback?
What impresses me about him is that he's humble. He's real humble. He don't let nobody get to him, and he just stay on track.
Does that help when you've got his job? I mean, that's a pretty tough responsibility to cover Big 12 wide receivers.
Yes, sir.
What else helps him be successful in those matchups?
For him, it's just he take coaching. He listens and he try to make the best out of his plays.
Hey, Stephen, some guys that have just got on campus that are linebackers, Barry Hill, Kryshawn Brown, Antonio Person. What have you seen from those guys in practice?
I see they're ready to work. They're gonna give it their all no matter what, and we're gonna work together.
What have you seen from them? Can those guys, develop into pretty good players down the road?
Yes, I feel like all of them can develop the very good players that we can use in the future.
Hey, seemed like Gavin made a couple plays in that K-State game too. What do you think about his progress?
I feel like Gavin Potter is doing very good right now. But we all have more work to do.
Did you see him dance after that TFL?
Yes.
is that kind of characteristic of what he does? I mean, is that something you guys see at practices and that type of thing?
Yeah, he's just like a loose play, cool player.
Do you ever dance after making a stop, or is that not your style?
Not really my style.
Steven, I think we heard going back before last season that DJ Elliott's defense, it is a three down lineman kind of defense, but at times it can look like there are four. It can look, a lot different. I guess, how has the team kind of picked that up this year? And do you feel like you guys have a good grasp of all the things he likes to do?
Yeah, I feel like we as a defense is getting better as in grabbing our defense and being in the right position for each other. I feel like we're getting better at that.
And then I think it may have been more against West Virginia, but it seems like you guys did some really creative things up front, dropping certain guys, rushing certain guys. I guess, even though you didn't have that full offseason, do you feel like you guys have a good understanding of basically everything that he can and you guys can throw at the opponent?
Yes, I feel like we had a good understanding, but I feel like we had this offseason, it'll be much better.